What is up, everybody? Welcome back to this week's episode of It Takes Grit. And if you are watching on YouTube, then you are going to love our brand new set. Oh yes, year 3 of the It Takes Grit podcast. I was like, you know what? We need to spruce this up a little bit. We need to just add in a really cool podcast vibe. So I've designed this myself. I got some wallpaper, guys, to put up some new wallpaper on around the wall. I got some shelves up. I got my new neon sign. I'm feeling like a proper podcaster. But you know what? It is all about that consistency and discipline of continuing to do something to be able to get to where you want to be. And today we are talking about how to believe in yourself and trust your gut. And when I very first got started on YouTube, back on, I don't even know what year it was, it was like 1990 something, right? No, I'm just kidding. But about 10 years ago, I started off on another channel, and then I went to my own channel and started to film workouts on a $150 Sony camera. And over time, I now have a videographer, I have a great editor, I have a whole team that helps. And it's just kind of like this podcast. This podcast started off just getting me and my camera and just shooting it wherever I was in the world. And I didn't have a proper, podcast studio set up. And so that's okay, right? I still believed in myself enough and trusted my gut that this podcast would at least help one person a week work on their mindset, feel a little bit better, and find the grit inside of them so that they can reach their full potential and get on that trajectory, right? Not just about the potential of where you're at, but what is your trajectory of what you are doing. So welcome to my brand new podcast studio. So excited to have this set up. And like I said, I didn't have this set up at the beginning. Everything is no problem. It's all about that consistency, that discipline, and it's amazing how things evolve. So we're talking about how to believe in yourself and trust your gut. Now, a couple of different processes we've got to go through today to make that happen. So don't go anywhere. You gotta stay committed and you gotta stay going through this 5-step process. So first of all, we've got to write down everything that you've accomplished. So often, we go to the negative. What am I not doing? What's not working for me? How can I get better here? Rather than saying, oh my goodness, look at all the things that I have accomplished. I could have done the same thing with my podcast. It could be like, oh my goodness, I don't even have a podcast studio. I don't even have this set up. I don't even have a great website where everything links together. No problem. But what do I have, right? I've had loads of episodes that's come out that have helped change people's lives. I've been able to get a camera. I've been able to make the time each week and get a podcast out pretty much every single week for the last 2 years. And so it's all about how we look at things. Remember, I always say this, when we look at things differently, the things that we look at will change. So how do we even get to that next level when we don't look at the things that we've already done? So first of all, we're going to celebrate, right? Spend some time. Maybe during this podcast, you're writing some things down right now. What did you accomplish in the last 3 months? What did you accomplish in the last 6 months? What's your biggest accomplishment that you're so proud of? Because when we celebrate all the things that we do, it gives us a little bit more confidence in ourselves, right? A little bit more belief. But it also makes us to take more action because we have that confidence. When we're confident, when we believe in ourselves, that's when we take more action. If you don't have any action, it's normally because you're not quite sure on the next step or you're just not confident, right? So how do you get yourself confident? It's not up to somebody else. It's up to you by changing your state, by writing all the amazing things that you have done for yourself, all the amazing accomplishments, and embracing who you are. There is nobody on this planet who has the same fingerprint as you, the same eye print as you, even, check this out, the same heartbeat as you. So you are completely unique. So if you're trying to live somebody else's life, if you're trying to compare yourself to somebody else, it's on an unfair playing ground. What you get to do is embrace who you are, the things that you have got inside of you, and believe that the things that you have been given is for a specific reason. Otherwise, you're going to start to go mad, right? You're going to live in your head rather than living in that heart. So embrace who you are, embrace your quirkiness, embrace your weirdness, embrace sometimes you're a little bit crazy, a little bit passionate, right? Embrace who you are and look and funnel those things that are really great about you, spending more energy there, and the things that maybe creep up that are like, hey, this isn't the best habit, we just don't put energy and focus into them. We focus, like we said at the beginning, celebrating all the amazing things that you are and the things that you've accomplished, not the list of things that you still things that you are not that great at, or maybe there's a few improvements that you want to make about yourself. That's normal, but we are working on celebrating. Now, number 2, once you have celebrated, how do you feel? You're like, yeah, I got a little bit more, swag in my step. I feel a little bit more excited about life, right? You feel better. So you are in what? You're in a peak state. You feel better. Your shoulders are down. Your chest is up. You got to get a bit more like positive energy inside of you. And that's going to help you in making decisions, right? So if you want to believe in yourself, you've got to trust your gut, right? Often we trust the gut, but we're not in a positive peak state full of energy. So how are you going to be able to hear your gut and take action from it if you're not in a state to be able to make that decision? Like I look back at all the decisions that I've made, and when I've made a decision and I followed it through, it's always because I've been in like that higher vibration. It's very normal for us to want to make a decision about something, and then it drops down, like our state changes and we don't follow through. Has anybody ever been in that situation where you're like, oh my goodness, I was believing in myself, I was trusting my gut, I felt good, but then all of a sudden I didn't take the action. I stopped believing in myself. I didn't make the decision. That's often because your energy levels just drop down, right? So if we bring that energy back up, we get into that state, we're more likely to make a decision and follow through with it. So ask yourself, what are you like on a day-to-day basis? When are you making really good choices? When are you believing yourself more? I'm pretty sure that it's when your state and your energy is a lot higher. So just remember that the next time that you're feeling like a little bit of lack of belief in yourself and you're not quite sure if you should be trusting your gut, there's something that's telling you but you're just not sure about it, well, guess what? All you gotta do is change that energy, change that state, and you are going to be able to have much clearer, concise decisions and execute them faster. All right, number 3. Right? So once you've started believing in yourself, you've written all the amazing things down, boom, now you're getting yourself into a great state so you can make those decisions. The third thing is you gotta be around people that also believe in your vision. It's very hard to reach your full trajectory, and I'm trying to rephrase my brain because so often it says potential, right? And everyone has potential. So we're gonna start to really use the word trajectory. It is so hard to reach your full trajectory if you are being surrounded by people that maybe pull you down, they give negative energy, they are not for you doing something new, they're not for you creating something for yourself. If you're around that, it doesn't matter how strong of a person that you are, you will never reach your full trajectory. You will never reach that full potential because there's always going to be something trying to pull you down. And it might even be that they don't think that they're pulling you down, that they are just being there, they're just caring for you, right? They're just letting you know their own opinion. However, if it is distracting you from the thing that you believe in inside and that gut that you have of like why something you feel so strongly about is not happening, then it's time to just start to assess, who are these people I'm surrounding myself with? Are they happy? Are they positive? Do they have a good work ethic? Do they have close friends? Do they have great relationships? Who do they know? Who are they spending their time with? What are they like when you show up with them? Do they make you feel good, or do you feel like this like quivering inside, like this anxious like thing like right in your heart? Have you had that before? Oh my goodness, like when I feel like negative energy from other people, my heart, like I could feel it, just this pain. It's like someone literally stabbing you in the heart. So really think about the people that you are surrounding yourself with on a daily basis, because if you don't have that support system, if you don't have those powerful, positive, happy people around you, it's going to be so hard to believe in yourself, because you're going to be saying your affirmations, I got this, I'm incredible, writing all these things down that you've accomplished, and you're going to get to that peak state, you're going to feel amazing, and then someone's going to come along and just suck your energy, right? But that's your choice. Your choice is who are you surrounding yourself with, and you get to decide who those people are. So number 4, that knowing feeling, right? That physical feeling of gut instinct. You want to trust your gut, right? So how do you believe in yourself and trust your gut? Like, we all have these feelings. It's the knowing. Jamie Carlima always talks about, she had this knowing inside her about IT Cosmetics, about how she was going to be able to change, women's lives with amazing makeup, right? She had this knowing inside of her. And that's what we have. It's our instincts, right? That's how we are as human. We have these instincts inside of us that we just know inside what's good for us. We know inside what is not great for us. And you've got to listen to that. So often we might ask somebody else's opinion, or we don't believe in ourselves enough so that we ignore this knowing feeling and we just kind of push it down. But if you have that knowing feeling inside of you, that gut, you want to start to listen to that. You want to start to say, hey, I'm going to start to really listen to my intuition. I'm going to really start to listen to my gut. What is my gut telling me? It's this knowing inside of me. So if you're not listening to that right now would be a great time to start going, okay, I've been thinking about this thing. I know there's a decision I need to make, or there's an action I get to execute, and I know I have this feeling inside of me, but I'm just not doing it. Listen to your body, right? Listen to your body. It's there to give you signals to help you with where you want to be, all right? So that knowing inside of you isn't just like this random feeling that you're like, whoa, this is weird. Like, why am I feeling like this? No, it's generally a feeling inside of you that is programmed to share with you what you need to do and the decisions that you get to make, all right? And lastly, right, once you've got that knowing inside of you, you start to panic. You're like, oh my goodness, now I know I'm going to do this thing because I just know it's this thing inside of me, but oh my goodness, am I supposed to go left? Am I supposed to go right? Do I go forwards, go back? I feel stuck, right? Now, just take a deep breath, have fun, and lighten it up. And enjoy the journey, right? That knowing inside of you, like, is that tingling feeling of excitement. Don't let it be that tingling feeling of anxiety, like, oh my goodness, I know that this is what I'm made to do, but I just can't get outside of my comfort zone to make it happen. Be like, oh my goodness, I'm so blessed that I have this knowing feeling inside of myself that I'm made for more, that I know that I'm meant to take more action, that I'm supposed to do this thing, that I do have the grit inside of me. And if I just lightened up a little bit, I had a little bit more fun with it, I'm going to enjoy the journey. And when you enjoy the journey, you accomplish more things because you're more likely to do it. Therefore, it goes back to the beginning where we start to celebrate all of our success. We're having a high energy, peak state to make those decisions quicker. We're going to attract more people that are just like us into our lives, right? We're going to get more of that knowing feeling. It's going to keep reiterating. And the more that knowing feeling, the more that we're surrounded by amazing people, the more that we make decisions in that peak state with high energy, the more that we celebrate our success, the more fun that we're going to have, the lighter it's going to be, and we're going to enjoy the journey more. So go through that process today, that 5-step process of where right now can you just like focus on which part of that are you maybe like, you know, I'm not as strong in this area. Because it's okay if you're like, well, I'm not strong in any area. Pick one today that you can start to focus on. But start from step number 1 and just go through the list. That's the first thing to do. And then take a look at those 5 steps and go, where could I improve on for this week? Then come back to this episode, listen to it again and think, where can I improve on for next time? Where can I keep improving on in 3 weeks' time, in 4 weeks' time? Because it's about the journey. So I hope that this helped you just getting a little bit more belief inside of yourself, because I believe in you, this community believes in you, and all you gotta do is keep reminding yourself how amazing that you are and keep pushing forward and reaching those goals. So thank you so much for listening, watching, wherever you are. I hope that you enjoyed the new set. I'm so excited to film you more podcasts from this studio. My name is Louise, your